Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. We are going to analyze the Latino vote for 2024. The highest concentration of Latinos is in some of the states with the highest number of electoral votes. California, 54, Texas, 40, New York, 28, Florida, 30, Illinois, 19, and Pennsylvania, 19. And of these, we are going to analyze 4 states, which is where we have data. But first, we would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and ring the bell to receive notifications. According to the update of the United States Population Census in December 2023, the Latino population is 63.7 million, representing 19.1% of the total U.S. population. Of these, 34.5 million Latinos are eligible to vote, representing 14.3% of the entire electorate in the U.S. and exceeds the number of black voters who represent 13.6% of the electorate. Approximately 36 million are estimated to be eligible to vote in 2024. Traditionally, the Latino vote leans towards the Democratic Party, although it can vary by county in the same state. For example, in Florida, Miami-Dade County has a large concentration of Cubans who lean their vote towards the Republican Party. However, at the state level, Cubans represent 34% of Latinos and 57% of non-Cubans. This has meant that, on occasions, even when the Democratic candidate obtains a higher percentage of the Latino vote in the state, a conglomerate in a county grants more votes to the Republican Party and can define the vote in that state. There are states like Maine, Montana, and Vermont that, even with a small Latino population, have a high percentage of those eligible to vote, 70%, 68%, and 65.9% respectively. There are others like New Mexico, where the Latino population is 50% of its inhabitants and 62.7% can vote. If we analyze some of the characteristics of this ethnic minority, we can see that the Latino population has traditionally voted at a lower rate than the rest of any other minority, which occurred until 2018 and 2020, when an improvement in their participation was seen. In 2008, 9%, in 2012, 10%, in 2016, 11%, in 2018, midterm elections, 12.8% of the electorate, and in 2020, 13.3%. In this last year, there was a participation of 18.7 million Latino voters. Donald Trump, although he lost the 2020 presidential election, gained an advantage among Latino voters in several key states that he won in 2016. He achieved 32% of the Latino vote against 28% 4 years earlier. And this increase may be due to the conservative positions on cultural and religious issues that they support. In 2020, Biden obtained 66% of the group nationwide. The largest increase in the Latino vote favoring President Trump is among men who do not have a college degree, with 41% support versus 30% who do have a degree. Those margins that occurred in 2020 should not behave in the same way in 2024, since the latest polls indicate that although Latinos will continue to support the Democrats, they will do so with smaller advantages. We are going to see the Latino vote in the state of California, which is Vice President Harris' home state. In California, the white vote is 65% for VP Harris and 35% for President Trump. Among Asians is 59% for VP Harris and 41% for President Trump. And among Latinos is 62% for VP Harris and 38% for President Trump. Also, we can see the numbers according to income among all voters. Low-income voters vote 42% for Harris and 58% vote for President Trump. Middle-income voters go 70% for Harris and 30% for President Trump. And high-income voters go 69% for Harris and 31% for President Trump. Trump has a small lead among rural Californians. He further leads among those with lowest incomes and educational levels. Also, he gets almost 90% of Republicans. Harris leads among all other groups. Now we are going to see the state of New York, which Harris lead by 16.6% over President Trump. According to ethnicity, the white vote is 52% for Harris and 48% for Trump. The black vote is 72% for Harris and 28% for Trump, and the Latino vote is 66% for Harris and 34% for Trump. Also, according to income, low-income voters go 59% for Harris and 41% for Trump. Middle income goes 62% for Harris and 38% for Trump. And high-income voters go 55% for Harris and 45% for Trump. Now we are going to see the state of Florida. President Trump has a lead of 8.2% over Harris in Florida. The vote according to ethnicity is: white voters are going 65% for Trump and 35% for Harris. Black voters are going 15% for Trump and 85% for Harris. And Latinos are going 52% for President Trump and 48% for VP Harris. And according to income, low-income voters go 58% for Trump and 42% for Harris. Middle income go 51% for Trump and 49% for Harris, and high-income voters go 56% for President Trump and 44% for Harris. Trump leads among rural and suburban voters, while Harris leads among urban voters. Trump leads all age categories except for the 50-64-olds. Trump leads among men, while they tie among women. Both candidates lead handily among their party, while they are essentially tied among independents. Now we are going to see the great state of Texas. According to ethnicity, white voters are going 68% for Trump and 32% for Harris. Black voters are going 33% for Trump and 67% for Harris. And Latino voters are going 36% for President Trump and 64% for VP Harris, which is an increase of around 8 to 9% among Latinos from 2020. And according to income in Texas, low income are going 38% for Trump and 62% for Harris. Middle income are going 56% for Trump and 44% for Harris. And high income are going 58% for President Trump and 42% for VP Harris. Trump leads among rural and suburban voters, while Harris leads among urban voters. Trump leads all age categories except for the youngest voters, which Harris leads by a large margin. Trump leads among men, while Harris narrowly leads among women. Both candidates lead handily among their party, while Trump leads among independents. Trump leads among whites, while Harris leads among blacks and Latinos. Harris leads among those with the lowest incomes and those with some college. Also, we are going to see the Latino vote at the national level, which is seeing an increase of about 9 to 10% compared to 2020. According to ethnicity, white voters are going 45% for VP Harris and 55% for President Trump. Black voters are going 81% for Harris and 19% for Trump. And Latinos are going 61% for VP Harris and 39% for President Trump. According to income at a national level, low income are going 56% for VP Harris and 44% for President Trump. Middle income are going 50% for Harris and 50% for Trump. And high income are going 54% for VP Harris and 46% for President Trump. Trump leads among rural voters, but Harris leads by a wider margin among urban voters. They tie among suburban voters. Harris is ahead, or tied, among all age groups, but her main advantage is with voters under 50. Harris leads among women, while Trump leads among men. Both have locked in about 90% of their respective parties, with Harris having a slight lead among independents. Trump leads among white voters. Harris takes over 80% of the black vote and over 60% of the Latino vote. Thank you. And we are hoping to unseat the conservative Latino vote for 2024 so can keep Congress, win the Senate, and win the White House.